So I'm taking my antibiotic. Welcome to JTV. It is Wednesday, March 4th.
Yeah.
Angie, you want to say hello? Come in and say hello to YouTube. Angie, I know
knows
everyone asked for Angie. Get in there and flex your muscles, Angie.
You gotta go down a little bit. There you go.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you. I am on my antibiotics. I had a sty in my eye. Some of you guys saw that on my media. So I've been recovering. It's actually been lurking for quite some time. And I was able to now overcome. I'm still healing up from it a little bit. But the Full-Time Bodybuilder just arrived, okay? He just drove in. Now, we're scheduled to leave tomorrow morning to head to this year's Arnold Classic. Unfortunately, the expo got canceled. The show will continue on. We were coming to film JTV. I know a lot of you guys touched base with us. We were going to be present in the house. I did have a few appearances and seminars and whatnot lined up. Those things got canceled. So unfortunately, listen, I just want to say we would have been there 100%, but unfortunately they canceled it. I understand why. I don't feel as much of a threat of the coronavirus, but I understand a lot of people in Ohio didn't want a lot of the foreign people and like people from other places coming in and the risk of it, and of course it caused chaos, and it's one of those things where, you know, Arnold's team and whoever else, the governor and everyone in Ohio made the choice to cancel the expo. First time ever. I never thought it was going to happen. I'm very sad that it did, but we are in Las Vegas instead. We're going to film YouTube, so that's kind of where we're at. So I apologize to everyone that was coming out to see us. We will be present at so many other events as long as they take place. I'm concerned now about every expo now for the rest of the year until this thing gets situated a little better. But we will continue our filming. We'll be shooting all the gym stuff. I do have all my appearances listed on my Instagram, so if you guys are planning to see me, Ohio people, I will be in Cleveland the 28th of March at the National Ohio show. So if you missed me at the Arnold Classic and you live even close to Cleveland, make sure you guys check out davelieberman.com because I will be there at a meet and greet at that event. So we are going to touch on the name of this series because I do have my questions here. And the series name is, I'm going to call Dave in here. Dave, come sit in here. So we're putting the Full-Time Bodybuilder. You guys always want to see Dave. So
I am not fired. So all of you guys have seen all the great J-Mac video. Doesn't mean I'm fired.
Why did they say you were fired?
But they're like, where's Dave? Where's Dave?
Oh, okay. Well, Dave's in Venice shooting all the other crew. Okay, so you've seen all the videos. You saw Maureen this week. You've seen the Sergio Oliva, which has been a huge hit. We're wishing him the best of luck this weekend.
Yeah.
Along with the other guys, but Sergio was on our channel for the series. That was Dave's idea, and thanks to Chris Cormier for letting that happen too. Yeah. But we did want to name our series, so this is the question series, and what are we gonna call it?
Okay, so two names came back over and over, and they were both great. So basically, one of them was q&jay, which we liked a lot, and the other one was Jay Talking, which we also liked a lot, but you had a preference, and tell why between the two.
I just didn't want to get confusing because we do jaywalking, which actually we're going to do tomorrow morning. So jaywalking, Jay Talking, it's a little too confusing. It's
good.
So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to send a couple of products to the winner of our Jay Talking that name, okay? So we did have a winner for that, and also the series that we decided is going to be
q&jay, which is
okay? Which
really
I think
clever.
is catchy.
Yeah.
So we have our winners. Do we have our names or?
What I'm going to do is actually I want to make sure that whoever came up with those names first gets to win, because a lot of people have actually came up with the same ideas.
Okay.
But someone did it first. So I have the name in the computer. Whoever, let's see if people are honest. Whoever came up with that name first, hit me up. They have to be in the United States as well, because we can't ship overseas, right? So if you guys live in the United States, whoever came up first with q&jay and
But you know what it is,
right? I know what it is. So I can go back from first to last.
Okay, so this is a trick question. Yeah. So we're going to see the honesty of people on our YouTube channel. That's we love you guys, okay? So your mailbox is going to be bombarded by the first one.
That's okay. Well, no, they just send me they can write a message on YouTube.
You know and you know who the first one is.
Yes, because we
can talking to, right?
Yeah, because we can go from the comment from first to last.
Okay.
So yeah. And let us know you're in the States and send us your address, obviously.
And I just wanted to point out, so Dave brought these. He called me this week and he said, and you guys know I love my sour candy flavors we're doing with all the Prevail stuff. Yeah. Capone likes it too. But he said, I found these Skittles sugar-free at Super Walmart, which as you guys know, we did our Walmart shopping thing on YouTube. If you haven't seen that, go back and look. It was crazy views. He found these and said, dude, I tried the best things, and this is where I get all my flavor ideas from, by the way. So I want to say I appreciate it. Well, I mean, we have the sour candy. I mean, people say it tastes a lot like Skittles. Yeah, but
you just tasted the green apple.
I did the green apple. It's actually in, you see how much I drank of it already since 5 minutes ago. So thanks for bringing those over for me. So if you guys haven't tried, this is a plug for... And Skittles does not sponsor us, so...
Yeah, no. We just found it. They just started being sold at Walmart last week.
And I asked them what the favorite flavor was, so if you guys go and you purchase this, let's have some comments on what the favorite flavor is, because I just tried the green. All right. Okay? So we're going to do the question, so... and Capone's going to be with me. So this is our... Q&J is our series, and once again, we appreciate all the comments. Please write in some questions, because... I'm taking these questions off this, okay? What do women prefer, you bigger or the size you are now? That's a good question to ask when Angie walked out of the room. Honestly, I don't think women like big guys. I don't.
So they say.
I've always found like women were more scared. Although I went to different places. I think in foreign countries, the women actually they prefer bigger guys. Yeah. That's what I think.
They protect them.
Yeah, but I think they weren't as intimidated, I guess, overseas, which is was different. But here, I know for me, like, not only are we intimidating in size, but I feel like our dress wasn't as appropriate as, especially the new trends that always kind of followed suit with. The bigger guys can't fit into a lot of stuff. Even now, I have all my suits still custom made, and I have a pretty cool commercial that went in the front of this video too. That's right. Where I changed into my suit. So I would say the smaller size women prefer more. Does anyone in your family lift weights? That's a good question. I have 3 brothers, 3 sisters. You met some of my family. Yep. I'm the only one that lifts weights out of the 7 kids. I'm the 7th. So 3 brothers, 3 sisters. They toyed with weights in high school. They did have a weight set. I had one of those the concrete filled weight sets with the skinny little bar. We had that in the basement, and I did toy around with that, like bench pressing and stuff when I was younger, but I'm the biggest one in my family.
Oh, for sure.
And no one really lifts weights. So when I started doing it, there wasn't as much understanding of what it was. And that was kind of the hardest part about transitioning to be a bodybuilder, because my brothers are concrete guys. That's where I developed a lot of my body, was the concrete. And they don't toy with weights at this point. So, and everyone is older than me. I'm the youngest of 7. What did you think is the most important movements to do for certain body parts? Like, I guess that would be like core movements, or like, I guess my favorite exercises. I mean, squats, deadlifts.
Well, the tough ones. I
know I said before, like, do you need to deadlift to be a bodybuilder? Remember, I asked that question on Instagram. But I would say the squat was my favorite. I mean, the bench press with dumbbells seemed to be the better one for me. I wasn't really a huge barbell bench presser. I usually prefer to do dumbbells. I stick to the core movements. So the shoulder presses, bench press, deadlifts, squats. I mean, your basic arm curls. I mean, there's a lot of different various exercises, but I always like the power movements. So squat and the shoulder press. Like, I used to press 160-pound dumbbells for reps. Yeah. So for me, I was always pretty strong. What did you weigh at 21 years old? I show a lot of these pictures here. I I was in Muscle Mag in a unitard. Do you remember that yellow and black unitard picture? And I was leaning on the bar, and I was about 270 there.
Wow.
So at 21, I was 270. I mean, some of these pictures you see up here, you'll see some of the...
Yeah, that picture of goals that Irvin Galp put in the first room, you know, the side chest picture?
Yeah, it was 250 there. But I was in shape. That's when I dieted down. Yeah. So about 270.
Wow. About
270 at 21, which is, you know, I turned pro at 23, right? What ethnicity is Angie and how did you meet? She's Puerto Rican. And we met at her job, Wet Republic, in 2016. Hey, did you hear that question? They want to know what you were.
What ethnicity?
Yeah.
And where did you guys meet?
I'm Puerto Rican.
You're Puerto Rican. Do you want to come tell how we met in here?
Oh, you can tell that story.
Just say, you know, she waited on me and whatever.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I went, Olympia weekend, I went to Wet Republic. You weren't with me?
No, I wasn't there.
I went with a bunch of people. Mike Rashid was with me, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Joey Firestone. So we went in, we got seated at Angie's table. She kind of waited on me. She talked about competing. I said, hey, I have a Cutler Classic here. I think you should compete. I honestly wasn't really trying to hit on her, and somehow we connected with phone numbers and whatever. But we didn't even use the phone numbers. We started following each other on social media because when you put in your phone number, Snapchat, it gives you the option like, hey, do you want to add this person? So I added her, and then I saw she went on vacation in Miami and whatever. I started commenting, and she asked me like, do you ever wear a shirt? Because on my social media, you guys know I never wear a shirt. I'm always filming stuff. So needless to say, like a week later, I said, hey, let's grab something to eat. We grabbed something to eat, and the rest is history. The dogs moved in like 3 days later.
That's right.
That was it.
That was it?
The dogs moved in before Angie did. So that's where Capone and Daisy came from.
You're a lie. You didn't tell the story.
Well,
right?
that's okay. That's enough. Okay, so do you have any children? No, I don't have any children.
You got 2.
Yeah, I got 2 furry animals, okay? What is on your bucket list? That's a good question, actually.
That's a great question.
I would like to know.
It's hard. That's a hard question for me.
This is just the same thing as what would be the best present for Jay? Same thing. You can't get him anything.
So I think a bucket list. I mean, I've been to Australia. I'd probably like to go to New Zealand. I always said I wanted to go to Thailand. I tell Angie that all the time. The damn flight, though, that's the problem. I just don't want to fly like that. So I think going to Thailand, but I've done a lot of great things in my life. It's a good question. It kind of took me off guard a little bit. I don't know. I would do everything that I want to do, pretty much. But I do want to travel to certain places that I have not been for work. I think that would be the main thing. How can I be a full-time bodybuilder? I need you to answer this question. So the full-time bodybuilder came because of the life of Dave, okay? And this is what I say to him every day. There's a certain circle that follows the lifestyle of a full-time bodybuilder. Eat, sleep, train. And we've added shoot YouTube while you train. So
before or after.
Before or after. So when Dave does his filming, he usually goes to Gold's Gym Venice, and granted he traveled to Sergio and went to the World Gym, and he's traveled to Metroflex or whatever. But
in general,
he prefers to shoot people at Gold's Gym Venice. So if people are traveling to Gold's Gym Venice, he arranges the shoot around the times, because little do people know he drives a long distance to get there. Fortunately, he drives a motorcycle, but we call it full-time bodybuilding because everything revolves around his training schedule. So if you have a job, you have to make sure that the training is your priority and the job becomes secondary. And now we've added editing to it because Dave not only shoots the content, but he also edits it. So we have to give credit to the full-time bodybuilder. And it's really caught on well. And we had something really fucking special for the Arnold weekend.
What did we have?
The full-time bodybuilder.
The shirt?
Yes.
I brought it.
Okay, so
if you shoot tomorrow at the gym, I'll have it.
Okay, so tell everyone what they got, what they missed.
So basically, at first I was just really against the fact that you call me that because I'm like, I'm not a full-time bodybuilder. I'm doing a lot more things than just, but I get what you're saying. So basically my whole life revolves around bodybuilding pretty much. So I'm gonna get up to things, but and because I love it so much, it just, to me, it's not a job. But so you came up with this, and I'm thinking, no, a full-time bodybuilder is what you used to do when you moved to Cali, where you get paid by weeder, you get up, you eat, you sleep, you train. To me, that's a, you don't
Which
do
I
anything
still
else.
do in a certain sense too.
No, you do a lot more stuff than that. Back then, you didn't do nothing but just eat, sleep, and train.
True.
That's it. Not eat, sleep, and train. That's, to me, is a full-time bodybuilder life. You know, to me, I'm like, I'm doing so much more. I mean, between, you know, calling the athletes to schedule an appointment, driving wherever I got to go to shoot, filming, training, editing. To me, is a lot of other things. But it all revolves around bodybuilding life, which is what I love. You know.
And you meal prep, and you sleep 12 hours a night.
10 hours.
Yeah. So
I get it.
Bodybuilding, but you guys got to see the shirt because he did a pretty cool thing with the shirt.
So basically, I took the Jay-Arnold TV logo that Brian, our graphic artist, made, and I added at the bottom underneath FTTV, which everybody watching channels know what that means. And then so I added that on the shirt, and I basically made some uniform to wear at the Arnold. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I had 3 shirts, one to wear every day. So when we do interviews, I'm wearing something that basically brings the channel, which I thought was pretty funny. And people love it. I wear that. There was a couple of times.
What they say?
They just love it. They're like, "Oh my god, I love the content," and it's just more and more people are just so.
So this is the thing. So if this shirt is a hit, I think we'll probably offer this shirt.
Yeah, it's a simple logo, and I think what you should do. I think you should sell it on YouTube for. You know, you can sell things.
Yeah, the Teesprings.
I think it'd be great to sell that because that's where people learned about it. I think.
Or some way we'll set up maybe some sort of a way you guys can pay through Venmo or PayPal or whatever. If
they really want it. If you do that shirt, it'll sell because everybody who saw it like, I want it.
So, question is, do you guys have Venmo or PayPal? Most people have PayPal, but Venmo's getting more popular too. Okay, last question. This is a really good question. I like this question. What do you think bodybuilding will look like in 20 years? That's a good question. I mean, I think it's going to be really hard for someone to be better than Ronnie Coleman was, as far as like that much muscle in that kind of shape. I hear really solid things about Big Ramy for this show, for the Arnold Classic that's coming up in 2 days.
What do you think? This is like brand new news. What do you think about Chad prepping for this show? You know, they just found that out.
Yeah, I think it's crazy, but I know he looks amazing because I'm hearing it from a bunch of different people.
Really?
And Ramy actually showed me what he looked like a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, I'll show you the pictures. But he looked really good a couple weeks ago. But I think we're going to see the best Ramy, and I think that Ramy is the future if he can maintain what he's bringing. I don't think anyone can beat Ramy at his best. We've said that for years. I mean, he's just way bigger than everyone. So, what will bodybuilding look like in 20 years? You're going to have a few people that look like a Ramy or Ronnie Coleman. You know, Dexter Jackson, that's going to be... I don't think anyone will have the history that Dexter's had. Yeah. I don't think anyone will ever have the combination of Ronnie Coleman. I think, you know, Ramy's his own person. I mean, there's certain elite athletes that just take it to the next level. And I think that's... You're just not going to see... I don't think you'll see the same guy winning over and over and over, like, for 7-8 years. That's just my opinion on the Mr. Olympia. I think you're going to see more transition of titles. You know, it's going to change hands more.
Do you think they'll the science will be so that like they'll do gene manipulation? And do you think that?
I mean, I've already heard that they're doing it, and people ask me these questions all the time, and this myostatin and all that stuff. Like, I don't know anything about that, but I hear it's being used. Yeah. But what I don't understand, if you're using that, what keeps the waist from getting bigger in other areas, right? I mean, I don't know how it really works. Yeah. And maybe someone knows a little more about it, but I just think that the guys will continue to be bigger and more proportionate, because you look at even like the Kai Greens and the Phil Heaths, and then you go back to the 90s, there was no one with those proportions really. I mean, Lee Haney was ahead of his time. He won 8 Mr. Olympias in a row, but he didn't have the outrageous round body parts that you see with these guys. I mean, even Phil or you know, like I said, Kai Green, Ramy, I mean, even Brandon Curry's really round. Yeah. I mean, William Bonnick, I mean, he's a beast. I mean, remember Benaziza, he was comparable. Benaziza was pretty stacked up, but there's always going to be different bodies, and I just think, you know, bodybuilding will transition. I don't think it will ever die. So if people think that classic or men's physique, all that's going to take over, I don't think that's really solid the case. I mean, we don't really talk about, hey, what's going on with the classic physique or whatever else. But I mean, I don't know what's happening with all those divisions. I don't know who's favored. I know Brandon Hendrickson in the men's physique looks amazing for the board shorts.
How do you know? You follow him? Or?
Yeah, I follow him, and he looks great, and he's won before, so I think he's pretty favored to win. But as far as classic, that Steve Lorius mostly looks really good.
He was second last year. And
yeah, so I think they're saying that he's probably in the front running to win. But I'm excited to watch. I know they're having a live stream. Yeah. We'll kind of keep you guys in tune the next couple days. And if you guys would like to comment, please do below. Remember, guys, the first persons, and try to be fair and honest, hit up Dave. Inbox Dave about the name for...
so q&jay is the winner.
Yes.
And honorable mention, Jay talking.
Yes.
Yes.
And make sure you guys like the video, and please subscribe if you're not subscribed now. Click the red box and stay tuned for more up-to-date videos. Our goal is to shoot through the weekend. We have some optional things we're going to do this weekend, but jaywalking is next, and I always appreciate you guys. Shout out to everyone competing at the Arnold Classic. Love you guys. Hopefully you guys are sitting in the hotel watching this as you're prepping for the show. And good luck to all the competitors. The very, very best. And, be healthy. Unfortunately, we aren't there to support it, but we're watching from home and cheering you guys on. So until next time, we are out for Q&J. Okay, take care.